of our district, Democrat or Republican, we represent as the federal government all people of all states, irrespective of how they voted. That's the charge that I took, and I would like and hope that you all would do the same. When so many of these social service programs are being gutted and defunded, fraud becomes even more harmful, as that means even less money is going to people who need it. People need these programs. This situation should be an opportunity to take a deep look at the programs and improve their oversight abilities, not an excuse to cut them entirely. If we care about the most vulnerable, if we care about the most marginalized, this is an opportunity to do so, and I welcome us to actually do that one day. Thanks, I yield back.
Ms. Lee, the IGs are hired to identify fraud. They haven't identified fraud. The IGs have failed. But anyway.
You all have failed.
No,
you all continue to fail. We've done nothing. You've had the gavel, Mr. Comer. We barely do hearings on anything that actually affects change. You have power here, and yet you don't do anything. Yes, he actually initiated this, sir, but thank you so much for your opinion.
You have failed.
I yield it back.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry from Pennsylvania for 5 minutes.
What you're about to see is Democrats completely unraveling when James Comer refuses to let them dodge the truth. Summerlee goes on an unhinged rant, accusing Republicans of bigotry and claiming this fraud investigation is somehow a witch hunt, and Comer fires right back, exposing just how empty and political her arguments really are. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to 50 Patriots, grab a seat, settle in, and let's dive right back into it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think like so many people on this committee have already articulated, nobody here believes that rooting out fraud and waste and abuse is not a top priority of this committee, of our caucus, of their conference. It is. If you're on this committee, it is the top charge that we all undertake incredibly seriously. But I think, like so many things with the modern Republican Party, it's like you're skulking right around the edge of things, but too often, your bigotry, the Republican Party's own bigotry, is imprisoning them and keeping them from ever actually doing something that helps, not harms, the American people. And this is another one of those instances, right? When it's a person of color, if it's 2 or 3, it's a pattern, and the entire community must be indicted. But if it's 100 Republicans, it's just not bad. Neither here nor there. Because it's important. That's why we have routinely held hearings where we actually go over with the Government Accountability Office their high-risk list. We take it seriously. But the tone of this hearing seems to be a hypocritical witch hunt. It's hard to take it as anything but that, rather than an actual oversight effort. Our federal government currently has the tools to catch and prevent waste, fraud, and abuse. It's how the alleged fraud in Minnesota was caught by the Biden administration in the first place. Mr. Blue, as a former federal prosecutor, you're familiar with some of the tools that we have, correct?
Yes.
Just briefly, could you please verify the following tools for me? Yes or no? Does the Government Accountability Office work to reduce waste, fraud, and abuse?
Yes.
Do inspectors generals work towards these goals?
Absolutely.
What about the Council of the Inspectors General on integrity and efficiency?
Yes.
Are whistleblowers important to rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse?
Absolutely.
Has the Trump administration helped or hurt these tools?
Certainly hurt it by disbanding the Council for Inspectors General and then ultimately firing 19 IGs.
Thank you. That's right. Again and again, Trump has attacked the oversight mechanisms within the federal government. He illegally fired 17 inspectors general and other key personnel. He goes after whistleblowers and he tries to roll back their protections. He routinely ignores the rampant corruption within his own administration. Republicans have turned a blind eye to all of this. They have held no hearings on these actions. And this hearing today isn't even about fraud generally within the federal benefits system, which we would welcome. Republicans have cherry-picked a blue state and an immigrant population, vulnerable, to demonize. To be clear, Minnesota is not the only state with a fraud problem. To truly tackle waste, fraud, and abuse, we need to approach the issue with a scalpel, not a mallet. Discovering that people are committing fraud in the federal program does not mean we should smash the whole thing and end it. It means Its oversight mechanisms need to be improved. That's why it's so disappointing to see that the Minnesota House Fraud Prevention Committee that our witness, the Honorable Kristen Robbins, chairs, has issued no reports on these uncovered schemes. It hasn't advanced any legislation to address the issue or even shared whistleblower reports with their Democratic colleagues. They've just held a bunch of hearings and generated headlines, something our committee is all too familiar with. This hearing is not an effort by Republicans to improve social service programs. It's an excuse to end them and to punish Democratic-led states. This has always been the plan. It's why Republicans' so-called big, beautiful bill is estimated to cut more than $1 trillion from Medicaid and CHIP benefits and cut SNAP for 40 million people, the very children or folks with disabilities who were mentioned in the opening statements. Trump has also already taken advantage of the situation in Minnesota. After a YouTuber harassed and posted unsubstantiated claims of fraud against child care centers, HHS froze child care funding to Minnesota, which would affect more than 23,000 children. Just yesterday, Trump also froze approximately $10 billion in funding for programs supporting child care, social services, grants, and cash assistance in not only Minnesota, but in other Democratic-led states of California, Colorado, New York, and Illinois. No matter what party we're elected to, we represent the people of our district, Democrat or Republican. We represent as the federal government all people of all states, irrespective of how they voted. That's the charge that I took, and I would like and hope that you all would do the same. When so many of these social service programs are being gutted and defunded, fraud becomes even more harmful, as that means even less money is going to people who need it. People need these programs. This situation should be an opportunity to take a deep look at the programs and improve their oversight abilities, not an excuse to cut them entirely. If we care about the most vulnerable, if we care about the most marginalized, this is an opportunity to do so, and I welcome us to actually do that one day. Thanks, I yield back.
Ms. Lee, the IGs are hired to identify fraud. They haven't identified fraud. The IGs have failed. But anyway.
You all have failed.
No,
you all continue to fail. We've
failed.
done nothing. You've had the gavel, Mr. Comer. We barely do hearings on anything that actually affects change.
You want to
have
spend more
power
money,
here,
more money,
and
more
yet
money.
you don't do anything. Yes, he actually initiated this, sir, but
Chair
thank you so much for
recognizes-
your opinion.
You have failed.
I yield it back.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry from Pennsylvania for 5 minutes.
This House hearing was supposed to be about fraud, waste, and abuse in federal programs, something every American agrees needs to be rooted out. But instead of accountability, Democrats turned it into a meltdown. Summerlee kicks things off by admitting fraud oversight matters, but almost immediately pivots to accusing Republicans of hypocrisy and racism. She claims when fraud involves people of color, Democrats see Republicans as targeting entire communities, while massive fraud elsewhere gets ignored. That's her excuse, not to fix a problem, but to attack the people exposing it. Lee then tries to shift blame away from Democrats entirely, claiming the Biden administration already caught the Minnesota fraud and insisting Republicans are just holding hearings for headlines. She even argues that federal watchdogs like inspectors general and the GAO are enough, despite the fact that these fraud schemes exploded under Democrat leadership. James Comer wasn't having it. As the exchange heats up, Comer makes it clear that oversight exists because Congress has failed to act for years, especially Democrats who control these programs and refuse real reforms. When Lee claims inspectors general haven't identified fraud, Comer fires back, pointing out that Democrats have had power and still done nothing to stop billions from being stolen. The tension boils over. Voices rise. Accusations fly. Lee shouts that Republicans have failed, while Comer makes it clear the real failure is Democrats protecting broken systems instead of fixing them. This is the core issue. Republicans want accountability. Democrats want excuses. Instead of strengthening safeguards, Democrats use fraud as a political weapon, defending bloated programs while attacking anyone who dares question where the money went. At the end of the day, Comer exposes what this hearing was really about. Democrats panicking because their narrative is collapsing. Fraud is real. Oversight is necessary. And no amount of shouting can change the facts. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to 50 Patriots. Share this with friends who follow political hearings, and see you in the next one.